Hello, friends from the vinyl community. As always, I'd like to welcome everybody back to my channel. This is going to be a very exciting video. This is something that is kind of dear to my heart, and the year is 1982. So now we're at 2022, so that means I'm going to celebrate 40 years. 40 years ago, these vinyl records were released. We're going to show some electro, new wave, and synth pop. Greatest music that came out during that era in my collection. I'm so glad and so happy to have it, and I'm so glad to share it with you. So 1982 electro, the vocoder, the 808 boom boxes. Let me show you one that was made back in 1982. Was this one right here? This was the Panasonic 5150 with the ambience on it. This is one of the ones where, when I was a kid, I used to go to the record shop, and it was one of the big music stores. They had the record shop, had the boom boxes inside of the cases, and they had the huge record shop. And inside all the bins, they had the worker behind there, and he would go all the way around. It was amazing. He had cassettes. We had vinyl records. It was just like a dream come true. Kind of miss those days, so anytime I go to the record shop, it's kind of reminiscent of the old times. So here we go. Very excited. Got a lot of records to show for you, and I hope you enjoy this video, and maybe you see some of those records that kind of give you memories from back in the day. Here we go with 1982. I like to start the very first one. This first one was my very first, I guess, kind of electro hip-hop LP. And the first set of records I'm going to show to you are LPs. So let's kick it off with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. This is The Message. Big banger song that kind of pulled me into that electro vocoder, that robotic voice, was this one right here, Scorpio. And they have The Message on here. It's nasty, some really good vintage. Look at that, my friends. And there he is, Mr. Grandmaster Flash, carrying that boombox, 1982 in the streets of New York. Vintage album cover right there. So that was very good to start that first record with this collection. Man Parish. Full of hits, hip-hop, bebop, man-made, simple synthesizers, and street clap on here. Heatstroke was another good one on here. Man Parish from the New York scene, that electro sound. Very, very big fan of Man Parish. We're going to go to New Wave. Berlin. This is Pleasure Victim. This has, let's see, the Metro. The Metro is the big banger on here. 6 I Am, and also Masquerade. There she is, Terry Nunn, 1982 with Pleasure Victim. Really good new wave LP right there. This is not electro or new wave. This is more funk, but it's actually the very first funk LP that I ever bought, 1982. Mr. George Clinton, Computer Games. Of course, it has Atomic Dog on here. And I always like to mention about this album cover. A lot of creativity went through this, and you see that there he is, Mr. George Clinton. Used to be part of the band Parliament back in the day, the good funk music. Talk Talk, The Party's Over LP, and of course it has Talk Talk on here, 1982. Just what a great album this is. This is more of a EP LP or a mini LP. We got Missing Persons. And on here they have the two songs that's actually on their other LP that I'm going to show you, Spring Session, has Words and also Destination Unknown. And another good song that's released on this EP that is not released on the LP is called Mental Hopscotch. That's a really good one. Heaven 17. Penthouse and Pavement, probably my favorite one. Let Me Go. And we don't need this Facious Groove thing is another good one on here. Heaven 17. Roxy Music. My favorite song on here, and I can play this song over and over again, is More Than This. It's got Avalon on there. Fantastic. The Fix. This is Shuttered Room. This has Red Skies, Stand or Fall. And here we go. Got the Missing Persons Spring Session. And this has the two songs we're talking about, Words and Destination Unknown. And also they got a really good song on here. I like it a lot. Walking in LA. Another vintage cover. This is more synth pop, kind of electro. Yaz. Upstairs at Eric's. And of course, at one time in the beginning, it was called Yazoo. Only You, Don't Go, In My Room, and Situation. Flock of Seagulls. This is their first self-titled LP. And of course, I got my favorite, Iran is my favorite new wave song single of all time. And another great song on here that I don't have on 12-inch single, but I will one day, is Space Age Love Song. Okay, that does it for the LPs. I got a huge stack of 12-inch singles. How fitting to start off 1982. And I remember back in the day when I first heard this song, I was out of school and I was younger, and the seniors of the high school, they put on a little skit. They actually had a boombox set up in the middle, and they got out and it was lip syncing with a couple microphones. The biggest song of 1982 has got to be Planet Rock. African Bambaataa and a Soul Sonic Force. The most sampled song of all time, in my opinion, Planet Rock. This is actually the orange label. I've had the original label. I have a reissue. And I actually went to Discogs to Louis Dean. Check him out on Discogs. And he accepted my offer for the orange label, Planet Rock. So kind of a rare one, but very fitting to start the 12-inch singles with that. This is one you don't see too much. It's called Your Mama. This is by Wolf Ticket, and this is off the Prelude label. And this was a popular little rap song back in the day. Candy Girl by New Edition off the Streetwise label. Yeah, when I first heard this, it was New Edition with some electro in there. Good vocals. This was their very first hit and was a big banger back in the day. Back to the Tommy Boy label. And of course, I got to bring you Planet Patrol. Here we go with Play at Your Own Risk. Good one there. This next artist, and I forgot this came out in 82 because I got songs from him from 83, 84, 86. And his very first album he had was 81. But in 1982, he released this 12-inch single. Here we go with Cybotron. This is called Cosmic Cars. And it's kind of a rare one on the brown label. Picked this one up at the record store. I had the original on 12-inch single that did not have a picture cover. But for this video, I thought it was fitting to show the picture cover. Here we go with the Jones and Crew. This is Pat Jam. Very, very colorful label right there. This is, I don't know if this is a US pressing or it might be a UK pressing. It might be a UK pressing on this one. Pat Jam, Jones and Crew. Jones and Crew released Lost in Space a year later, 1983. Fantastic LP. So get a little bit of Jones and Crew pack jam right there. Here we go, the single off of Yaz's Upstairs at Eric's called Don't Go, the remixes. I guess I kind of like that song more than I like Situation, especially that remix. XTC, here we go with Senses Working Overtime, and this is actually a promo. Listen to a radio station that discovered this song maybe about 2 years ago. Here we go with Gang of Four. This is called I Love a Man in Uniform. A good, really good track right there. Here we go with a Canadian artist. And I first heard this song off of a progressive house record out of Canada also. And they took the actual song and they gave credit to the artist. The Spoons. This is Nova Heart. Really good, kind of a faster tempo song. And listening to it again just recently, I can hear a lot of sound effects in this track. It's over 140 BPM, so very good new wave, kind of an indie rock track, but it's got some sound effects in it. Streetwise label, we got Rocker's Revenge featuring Donnie Calvin. This is Walking on Sunshine. Of course, it's the better Walking on Sunshine. They have some other ones, Rocker's Revenge. They have a couple more. I think I might have another one that they released in '83. And then they have another one that I want to get for my collection. So there you go. Here's a gift from Hitstown, USA. Phil, thank you very much. Many years ago, he sent me some records, a little VCLT. It's kind of a rare one right here, off the Philly label, The Voice of Q. It's more of like a electro funk disco project that came out with this song right here, The Voice of Q. Some good vocoder robotic voice action there. Off the Heaven 17 LP, we got the single, Let Me Go. Really good strong synths in there. Also, I remember going to some football games back in the day, and they, at football games, and they had the pre-show, and they had the radio station in the background. Man, '82, they was playing some really, really good songs. And I first heard this song right here, Slim, It's in the Mix. This is off the DETT record company. And I think a lot of your trouble funk artists release their songs off that label right there, DETT. It's in the Mix by Slim. It's a good one. This next one is like a record that is vintage, and when I listen to it over and over again, I can't get over the creativity, the technology they had back in '82, and it's got to be Body Mechanic. Let's see where it's at. It's back here somewhere. I tell you what, let's go on to another one. I got Body Mechanic in the back. This is Houdini. This is Magic's Wand. This is off the Jive label, and that's a promo copy right there. Here, this is when I got mixed up. It was the same record company. This is Frida. This is I Know There's Something Going On. Of course, Frida's from ABBA, and song came out in '82, and it's a promo copy. Really good track. This next one I thought came out in '83 or '84, but it was '82. Spider D. This is Smurfy's Dance off of Telstar cassette label, and this is a promo copy. And that's a good one there. Kind of goes with the Slim, kind of like in the same, like on the radio station, there was kind of like playing these songs back to back. It was In the Mix and also Smurfy's Dance. So yeah, if you ever doing a playlist, some old school electro stuff, that's two good records to put on your playlist. Okay, samples. I never knew. I think it was maybe Pretty Tony, Fixin' the Mix, that came out like '83, '84. But this one right here kind of started it. It was called Computer Wars. And this is off of One Way Records. The name of the band is Began. It's 3, 2, 1, fire. I think it starts off. And there you go. Real good. Kind of a collectible record right there. Okay, speaking of collectible records, this next record, the actual album came out in 81. And of course, it's the biggest electro synth pop band of all time. And this one was released barely in 82. January of 82, they released their German version of Computer World. And of course, I'm talking about Kraftwerk. There we go with the German import of Computer World by Kraftwerk. Amazing song. Flipping it over a little new wave, we got to go with the Flock of Seagulls. This is Wishing I Had a Photograph of You. This actually was released on the album that came out a year later called Listen in 83, but they released a single in 82, Wishing I Had a Photograph of You. And there's the back of the cover with some flowers. Vintage electro, phenomenal song, Man Parish, hip hop bebop. This is off the Sugar Scoop label. There was another label that Man Parish came out. I think it was it might have been a German import on the. It was actually called Import label with an E on the end of it. And Man Parish has some records on 12-inch singles that was released on there. So this was, I guess, was released on the U.S. Pressing of Sugar Scoop. And there you go. Yaz, there we go with Situation. Sugar Hill. This is the Sugar Hill label. And this is Melly Mel and Duke Booty. This is Survival. Message 2. Survival. Only the strong can survive. It's called Survival. Thompson Twins. This track, I picked this up at the record store, and it's kind of a flimsy. I think it's a UK pressing. Usually they are. This is In the Name of Love, the 12-inch dance version. One of my favorite Depeche Mode songs of all time in 82, and I thought this song was so far ahead of its time, and I listened to it and I enjoy it every time. Leaving Silence. Very good. Love this song. Okay, this next one I picked. Actually, my wife and I went on vacation, and we went to Biloxi. I'm from the South, and we went to a record. Well, I went to a record shop. It was called Maynard's, and it's not actually in Biloxi. It's in Ocean Springs, right across the bridge. And this one was like near mint condition, and it's a promo. And this is Blamage. This is Blind Vision off the Island label. Look at that. Hype sticker, company jacket, promo, near mint condition, bargain bin. Can't go wrong there. Always check your bargain bins, my friend. Okay, here is a special limited edition 12-inch, and it's actually more of an EP, but it mimics the LP. Man Parish, and it has 3 songs on here. It's got Man Made, Street Clap, and Heat Stroke. The only thing with Man Made, it doesn't have the intro. It says in the beginning right there, where it's got the alien in the back with the weird sounds. So, yeah, kind of a limited edition collectible right there. Here it is. Body Mechanic. Quadrant 6 promo. Fantastic. I remember the song back in the day. A lot of the clubs back in like the mid to late 80s, and they will have like that theme song to the club, and they put on Body Mechanic. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm ready to go to the club. If you play that song, I got to be there. Psychedelic Furs. This is Love My Way. This was actually on 2 soundtracks. I'm trying to remember. Wedding Singer and also Valley Girl. I don't have those 2. I think Wedding Singer was on a CD and was re-released on I think a red vinyl. It's pretty expensive. And every time I go to the record store, I go through the soundtracks and I always look for like Valley Girl. I look for Wedding Singer, and I look for different other soundtracks that have some good new wave songs. So very good track right there. Next one I really thought was 83, 84. It was more like electric funk, kind of electro funk type of genre. I don't have the original, but I got the parent company jacket cover. This is called Murder Rock off of Sweet Mountain Records. If you can see it real close, you can see on top of the M, you can see the Sugar Hill emblem right there. And this is by Reggie Griffin and the Techno Funk. Awesome record. Here's a classic that's been sampled over and over again, and you can tell when I present some of this more electro type of music back in '82. There's a lot of big songs that were sampled. This next particular song was sampled a lot. This is called "The Beat Goes On" by Orbit, and this is off the Quality label, and it has the Quality jacket to go with it. I have to get that sticker off. And my friend always told me in the videos, put a blow dry right there, try to get that sticker off. I'm going to put that on the list. I've showed this, I guess, my last 2 videos ago. I got to show it again. Rocks and Music. 12-inch single, highly collectible, More Than This. 1982. There's another artist we didn't talk about yet. Duran Duran. This right here, it's got Girls on Film and Planet Earth. These are the night version label. And this particular one came out either Australia or New Zealand. So there you go, 1982. Fantastic. Another fantastic 12-inch single. And it's actually a little bit longer. Let me extended version from the LP. And I always, sometimes when you listen to LPs, you like that version, but you're always wanting more. You want more of that sound. Let's get more Talk Talk. Talk Talk by Talk Talk. There's the group right there. Speaking of Australia, here's an Australian band, and I would love to get their LP that came out in '82. But it's kind of expensive right now. But I'm very, very fortunate to have this 12-inch single. Of course, we're talking about In Excess. The song's called The One Thing. Promo copy. Here's another good new wave song. Got Ultravox, Reap the Wild Wind. And I love to get their LP. Now, speaking of LPs, this is my preference after listening to it. I prefer the LP version of Reap the Wild Wind. This is actually the remix version. But when I get the LP, sometimes I like that LP version better. So there you go. Next one, I bought a CD, and it actually had, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It had a lot of like dark wave tracks, synth pop, new wave. And I was first introduced to this song, and I actually seen this title so many times, but I never knew what it sounded like. And when I first heard it, it was just like I was sold. It blown me away. Here we go with B-Movie, Nowhere Girl. And in the back of it's white. Very unique song, like no other. Here we go. The next one is my favorite 12-inch single of all time in the new wave genre, A Flock of Seagulls. I Ran So Far Away. Finally got that after so many years of waiting for that price to go down. And sometimes you just got to be very patient, my friends, and wait for that price to come down. And sometimes when you're waiting, listen to your records. Don't keep your records on the shelves. Take that record off, man. Just listen to it. Enjoy it. If you got 2,000-3,000 records, just don't let it sit on the shelf. You got to listen to it. Enjoy it. I got one record left. This went really fast. I think the last record is very fitting for this video. It's going to be Major Time Coming Home by Peter Schilling. This was also a gift to me from Phil from Hittstown, USA. Another big thank you, a shout out going to him. So this is a vintage new wave. I think this might be a German pressing. He actually has an English version and a German version of Coming Home. And Peter Schilling had another one come out called The Different Story, The World of Lust and Crime. I think that came out 88, 89. Well, there you go. Last record. I really hope you enjoyed celebrating 40 years ago of vinyl records that was released back in 82. What a great year to start off this type of music with the 808, the vocoder, the new wave sounds, and you hear a lot of samples from all this early music. So thank you, my friends. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like to wish everybody the best of luck collecting your records. Please leave your comments and please subscribe to my channel.